Hello everyone YouTube, this is Trans, aka M25, aka Lewis JM. I'm back here on the third day here in Walt Disney World, and today I'm showing you the third park within the resort. Disney's Hollywood Studios, or for the OGs like myself, MGM Studios. Now, unlike the other two parks, this one had a huge overhaul with its land, with new sections and new rides. So I'm going to show you not only the park itself, but also the rides in general. So, why do we all begin? Of course, the reason I'm standing here and not over there is because I want to start in a circle. Because I want to end it in one of my favorite rides of them all, which we'll be getting to later on. But approaching the way, we see the Chinese Theater, or a copy of it. And the ride they have is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Now, this used to have been the great movie ride a long time ago, but a few years back they closed it down to refurbish it to a much more modern Disney folk, which understandable because, well, let's be real. Some of the movies, other than of course Aliens, are a bit too old for some people to go over their heads. But now we have this one. Now this is pretty much a motionless, a trackless ride. Basically, you're inside of an actual cartoon, and you're going to need to take good care of it. You survive through different parts of the park. It was also meant for you get to see some good cameos from from all the Disney characters. Of course, the main star, of course, Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy, because Goofy is the conductor, which he doesn't realize that he lost his crew or his passengers. But it is what it is. I went on that early today, and it's a pretty fun ride. It's a good recommendation if anyone's interested. Now around here is the Lagoon Lake, where they have a variety of restaurants and cafes to eat and dine. One of them is the 50s arcade. This one's the dinosaur one. Always popular. We have this theater playing a Frozen, I believe, movie. Oh, it's sing-along celebration. Never mind. I don't want to do those types of things. And up ahead, we have Indiana Jones' stunt show. It's pretty much the same thing as before. I don't think they have King of the Crystal Skull or the newest movie, Dial of Destiny, which, let me remind you, it's an okay movie. I guess some people have their personal opinions with it, but hey. Still, if you're interested in incredible stunts, this is the place to be. Though if I were to guess, they should have at least given us a ride of Indiana Jones, like whether it be in Disneyland or in Paris. But it is what it is. This theater has an original short film called Vacation Fun, starring Mickey and Minnie. Basically, it's just Mickey Mouse trying to get ready for a vacation with Minnie, and he needs to know where he needs to go. Sorry if my voice is a little hoarse. 3 days in, and with roller coasters and everything, you kind of lose your voice in a variety of ways. Straight on ahead, we see the ever-famous Star Tours, which they continue to update with all of new scenes, all new stuff. And again, give her I think it was mostly original Star Wars and pre-New Hope, but it's still exciting and it's randomized, so you may never know which scene you're gonna see. Though I do have one gripe, which I might have to get to later. It's still a fun show to experience, so good recommendation. Walking on ahead, we're approaching this little town area. And over there is the Sci-Fi Diner. Been there before a long time back. You just eat while they show you like trailers from old sci-fi movies, which entertaining at its best. Though I kind of wish they would have actual sci-fi films instead of trailers. I know they have like a cartoon or two, but still, it feels a little iffy if you ask me. Straight ahead is the Muppet Vision 3D, which while it does have the same show, the outside awning, I have to say, isn't up to par. I mean, you gotta have the huge Muppet Vision 3D, right? The big sign. Not to mention it doesn't showcase that this is a Muppet movie and nothing else. But hey, I guess some people just don't like the idea. Might be too tacky for them. But I feel like you gotta stick with something you gotta stick with. Of course, we have the Pizza Riso for pizza, which used to have been Pizza Planet. But they got rid of Pizza Planet and replaced it with this. No arcades, unfortunately. I'll explain why when we get to the next part soon. But we're about to approach a place where is one of the main new sections that they built. A particular section that a lot of people grew up with over the years, me included. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Star Wars Edge of the Galaxy. Now this is a new section they built here for Disney. They have another one that was built in Disneyland, which is kind of weird. But this here is better fitting because this is mostly a movie series, and it does have its does seem to fit the whole Hollywood aspect of it. Now straight here we have Rise of the Resistance, a fun little show, which funny enough I had to go to the bathroom pretty badly, so I sort of have to need to use the restroom, so step back before I lose my shit. Thankfully the staff escorted me for years restroom and got me there and put me in my Disney spot. But hey, it's good. I remember that WCW used to do shows here in the MGM. It is a pretty fun thing once you get around to it. The Disney Genie Plus, people make reservations in advance, so you need to make it as early as you can. Trust me, you can understand why after I show you another ride from another section we're gonna get to sooner than later. So, what I do want to talk about is the fact that since they have a new Star Wars section, I've been wondering if Star Tours should be moved here. Granted, it's mostly a motion ride, but when you look back, you definitely have to see why. It would have been much more fitting to have that there, because it's still part of the experience and it's enjoyable and pretty much anything and everything going on. But I can understand why they decided not to. Of course, down here we have like a little shopping area, shop and dine. You got this area here. Gosh, I didn't see that there before. Pretty sure that there's a good reason why. I might have to go back and take some pictures. But it does have a good setup within the Star Wars community. I think I'm going to need to show off one more thing quickly before I get going, because there's one more section that needs to be looked into. Give me one moment while I try to get up to there. See that huge ship there? We're about to approach the next ride that they got here in MGM. Straight ahead, you see the Millennium Falcon, which is where the next ride is taking place, called Smuggler's Run. Object of the game of the ride is simple. Your new crew trying to help Hondo Onaka, who is from the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebel series, to take some precious cargo from the New Order. Really interesting show, and what makes it more interesting is that they're doing something out of suspicion space, where we got 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and 2 engineers. Pilots move the ship back and forth, gunners fire, and engineers keep hitting whatever they hit. This is pretty fun, and I do enjoy to see something like this. I mean, who would want to experience riding the Millennium Falcon? Pretty sure I do. You gotta admit, Disney put some effort into making something like this in the in their park, and it does have its flair to it. And you get to go to take some good old photo ops, some good old stuff, and you get to some meet and greet with some stormtroopers. Good day, officers.
Good day.
It's a good recommendation for those who want to experience what an actual Star Wars land is going to be like. And you gotta admit, you never get tired of seeing so much good nostalgia from left to right. Am I right? Now, we're about to leave the Star Wars Edge of the Galaxy, unfortunately, but we're going to proceed to another new section that they've just built. One that, a good reason why Pizza Planet isn't in where Muppet Vision is now located. Alright, here we are. Straight ahead is the next new section within the MGM lot called Toy Story Mania. Now, I've seen this place before in Disneyland Paris with their own studio, but this one is a completely different entity than the last one, with unique rides and unique fun right here. Of course, straight ahead we have the alien swirling saucers with Buzz Lightyear at the helm. Basically, it's like the teacup ride, only you have 2 ships you have to maneuver around. It looks like we have a performance going on as well. Yeah, they always have toy soldiers within the area to play drums. Next, we're going to be approaching another very popular ride, one that I've been having issues getting in. I'm pretty sure you understand what I am saying. See that coaster? See Slinky Dog right there? Because this is the Slinky Dog Dash. I'm going to give you a good close-up on the entrance because I don't want to get into trouble. Anyways, the Slinky Dog Dash is like a little kid coaster, but what makes it different is that it takes place in with Slinky taking over as a roller coaster, going around with all the twists and turns and launches. It is really fun if you get on it. Let me explain. See, wait time in that ride is, I would say, like over 2 hours long. Yeah, no joke, 2 hours long. And unless you have a Genie Plus to reserve your spot or a lightning lane, you're pretty much shitstormed considering you need to do everything else in the park. I tried to get the Genie Plus myself, but unfortunately, due to the app bugging out, I missed my chance at a 155 slot. And what makes it worse is that, like this and the resistance, you have to book it super early, like real early, just so you might get a spot and have the time to go around the rest of the park. But I guess I was an idiot not thinking that through. I suppose I can wait it out for another for tonight when the lines don't get too crazy. Up ahead we have the Roundup Road, which is mostly barbecue stuff. Then we see of course Jesse and Rex setting up the park, and of course Woody himself greeting patrons into their little amusement park in Andy's backyard. But unfortunately, we have to go back to reality and back to the studio. And of course, there's Lightly right there. Now going back, this is where the ride used to. This is where Pixar Studio used to be, and I didn't mention it because I was complaining about what's been going on with Slinky, that where Toy Story Mania was supposed to be as well. It's still there. They just moved the entrance from the once Pixar Studio back to all the way up to the Toy Story Land, which you must admit, kind of a wise idea. Wish they would have done the same with Star Tours, but hey, it is what it is. But now, this place is now mostly meet and greets. So you're going to meet a lot of characters from Pixar, most likely. It kind of sucks, but hey, I'm not the one to complain about it. So we still have Toy Story Mania, which I went on myself, and I remember they used to have it in the Nintendo Wii, and I always have fun with that. So I guess we're back around to the Chinese theater, but we're not done yet because there's one more stop we need to make, and I'm pretty sure you could see up ahead what I'm going to do. So, of course, we need to get past a couple of other places. So, right there's the Voyage of the Little Mermaid, which surprisingly is still up and running. It's been like what, 90s and still there? Hell. Even with the live adaptation, which I mentioned many times, don't want to watch those things. You still get to you still see the original one right here. I don't think they're gonna make it live adaptation. I don't think they're that crazy, but at least you get to enjoy some enjoy a good classic nostalgic experience, at least on my occasion. Okay, once we walk past the Hollywood Brown Derby, a famous one, which while this is a knockoff, at least it has that Hollywood vibe. We're going to approach Buena Vista Avenue, which is mostly one of the most popular areas because of two specific rides. All right, here we are. All right, so we have now reached Sunset Boulevard, and up ahead we see the Hollywood Tower Hotel, or in another dimension, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. This is my old personal favorite ride because it's a drop ride in a very good aesthetic. Taking place in a lost episode of Twilight Zone that you have to go up a service elevator only to be dropped down multiple times. This ride I truly enjoy, and you never get tired of it going up and down with you along the way. Biggest recommendation for me personally, because you never experienced something like this before. Never. They did have the Tower of Terror in California Adventure, only to replace it with Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, which later on they're going to build a Marvel Avengers Campus, which kind of wish they put something like this here, and if I were to guess, they would have put it here where Sunset Boulevard is at. You know, replace the aesthetic of Tower of Terror with Mission Breakout, and add, of course, the Spider-Man ride, and of course one more particular ride that is starting to show its age, but it's still exciting to go with. And of course they have that Beauty and the Beast show, but I'm not here to watch something like that. Anyways, the time we're reaching the end, we get to see this rock and roller coaster starring Aerosmith. Now, believe it or not, Aerosmith is going to be retiring. They have their last tour this year at the time of recording. So it seems fitting to have Aerosmith here in this establishment. But considering that we have new bands and new places and new performers, I'm pretty sure they might have to replace it with something else. I don't know what. I don't know what band is fitting for a Disney thing, and if they do a campus thing once they stop with Universal, they might replace this with that Iron Man roller coaster that I saw on Disneyland Paris's Hollywood Studios. Just saying, I don't know if they're gonna do it or not, but hey, I will know that would be awesome if they have it here in Orlando. I mean, you could even add just Ms. Marvel, and I'm pretty sure everyone would be okay with that, or Captain Marvel. So that's it with the tour. Gotta admit, this is a bigger improvement from the last time I came here 9 years ago. And while they still have some personal favorite rides I'd like to go on, they got some newer rides and newer sections for people to enjoy. I would recommend it, of course, though then again, you gotta have to have your Genie Plus way in advance for the 2 rides of Rise of the Resistance and Slinky Dog Dash. It's not that easy trying to get those things, and I'm pretty sure I might have to get started on going back here tonight when it's not too busy, so I can get on that coaster, because you gotta get on it just to experience it, right? So that's for the tour. Hope you guys enjoy it. Stay tuned for more videos, and of course stay tuned when I film the last park within the resort. That park is Animal Kingdom. #RoadTheGoodCartoons.